I'm Leslie Weidenbender. Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm here with Representative Eric Koch, a Republican from Bedford. Welcome.
Thank you, Leslie. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. So you are the chairman of the Energy and Utilities Committee. Tell us a little bit about what the big issues are this year.
Well, energy and utilities are a big issue nationwide, and we spent the first half of the session focusing on water issues. Water is going to be one of the critical issues that we face as a state and nation for generations to come. Second half of session, which is underway, will be dealing with electricity issues and of course the Rockport plant. That'll be before us here in a couple weeks.
Any thoughts at this point about what to do about the Rockport issue and that legislation?
The committee is doing its homework right now. We'll have a committee meeting here within the next couple weeks to address it head on, but right now our committee is studying it very hard and hope to come up with a solution that's good for ratepayers and good for Indiana.
You are backing a farm wineries bill. Tell us about why that's important.
Well, you know, Indiana has a great network of farm wineries. These are mostly family-owned small businesses, and this bill would change the law to allow them to market their product directly to local restaurants and grocery stores, and right now they can't do that. So this is a relatively modest tweak to Indiana law to let our local wineries sell their products directly to their local businesses.
You also have some legislation that would require a new kind of impact statement whenever an agency wants to pass a rule. Tell us what that is and why it's important.
Yeah, there are two kinds of laws really that come out of government. One are those passed by the General Assembly, and the other are rules passed by state agencies, and these are unelected officials through a rulemaking process, which is legitimate, passing rules that are binding upon Hoosier individuals and businesses. And I thought it was very important in the course of that rulemaking process to make sure they took into account the impact of that rule on private sector employment. And we all get calls from local businesses, particularly the smallest businesses that don't have legions of lawyers and accountants working for them, that are hit hard by a lot of these rules. And I'm asked, well, when these rules were passed, was this ever taken into account? So this bill requires our state agencies to take that into account, the impact upon private sector employment when they conduct rulemaking, whether it's an environmental or safety or other rules that are legitimate and with good intent, but sometimes overreach. And this will hopefully be kind of a filter to help limit how that happens.
Do you feel confident that this bill has a good chance of becoming law?
It passed, I believe, unanimously out of the House. It's in the Senate now, and I feel very good about it.
So the House has already passed the budget. What are your priorities for the budget this year?
Well, when Governor Daniels, due to the recession, had to cut education funding, we made a commitment that at the first opportunity, K-12 education cuts would be restored. And we've done that with this budget. So that, I think for those of us who were here when that happened, we made that commitment and we're carrying through with that commitment. Beyond that, we increased money for roads and we increased money for child protection. And everybody hopes we can do a tax cut before everything is over with. We won't know until the April revenue forecast whether that's going to be possible, but I don't think we've ruled that out either.
Representative Koch, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Leslie. Good to be with you.
I'm Leslie Weidenbender with thestatehousefile.com and Comcast Newsmakers. Thanks for joining us.